Last episode, we got off to a scorching hot start with multiple players towards or at the top of the leaderboard for their respective categories. Both offense and defense started off really well. We're 3-0 right now, and it's time to see if that was just a case of a hot start or if this team really has something going for it with how well the draft class has improved our offense so far. We'll also get to know all of the dev traits for our rookies. Some of them were shown at the very end of last episode, but there are still some that are hidden. And so we will learn all of our rookies, what their starting development traits are for the season. Before we do any of that, though, we do have a week 4 press conference here to attend. Coach Stefanski up at the podium here, talking about Donald Richardson and how he's played up to this point. What has he done well so far this season? Well, I think it's definitely not avoiding turnovers or sacks. I think we're going to go completion percentage here. I did not do my homework before this. His stats haven't been that impressive. I don't think that's right. I mean, what is his completion percentage? He's -5 morale for that. Let's go ahead and take a look at some stats here. What should we have selected for that? I know yards total, so maybe yards per attempt. 77 completion percentage? Where does that rank in the league? That's really freaking good. That's #1 in football. Are you serious? He's also #1 in yards per attempt. I literally chose the stat that he is #1 in the NFL, dude. That's why I hate these dumb scenarios. I've only chosen like 4 this entire series, and 2 of them have been dead wrong. I was right choosing completion percentage, but the surprise answer was that his yards per attempt is #1 in the league. So is his completion percentage. Oh my goodness. We're already off to a start here with these scenarios. I think I might just have to ban them all entirely because these are making me upset, honestly. Let's get into some gameplay here. We've got a week 4 matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars. We are trying to keep the win streak alive here in this showdown. We got a nice 3rd down and 10 conversion, but I'll let you know when we're ready to hop into some action here. Later on here, this is that same drive, opening drive here, 38-yard line, 2nd and 4. McFerrin with the carry. Nice block by driver out on the edge to spring him for some extra yardage. His first carry goes for 19. Got a great first impression from Ernie McFerrin in the last episode. Another explosive run there. You have to love how well the blocking is doing, both in the run and the pass game. That play just never works in CPU versus CPU. Which brings me to, I know that there has been a request to do some playbook updates. We have a mobile quarterback. I haven't been able to do much on that. It's been a busy time of year with Christmas and New Year's and all that stuff. But I am planning on creating some sort of custom playbook, and I can assure you that that little jet sweep is going to be taken out of it. It never works in CPU versus CPU, hardly. Back to this drive, though. We've got 3rd and 5. Under center, Donald Richardson finds driver down to the 3. First down, Cleveland. Our first look at the team play in front of our home fans this season. That's 3 superstars and X factors on that Jacksonville defensive line, but it's not going to matter for this run. McFerrin into the end zone. As we previewed at the start of this episode, he's the #1 rusher in football heading into this week. A couple of really nice runs there on that drive as well. Hot start for the rookie. 44-yard touchdown before we can even hop into this game. Sam Darnold the quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars in this universe. Pretty crazy here, but I mean, playing like he has been for the Vikings in real life this year with an explosive play to start the game for Jacksonville. So let's get our first look at Sam Darnold in the new digs here. Playing for the Jags, replacing Trevor Lawrence, and there we get Daniel Gibson making a play from the inside. Welcome back to the lineup. Missed the first 3 games with an injury. We're playing a little bit inside and out this season, and already showing that he can make a play inside there. Nice play now in the flat for Martin Emerson with Christian Kirk the target there. 3rd and 14 now. Darnold, nowhere to go. He's forced to throw it to the check down, but Ben Folds was all over it. And the Browns get the stop just outside of field goal range, forcing the punt. Blocked punch! I wasn't even paying attention. I mean, Malik Hooker didn't even have to dive for it. That's how easy that was. It just went straight into his knee. Excellent field goal position for the offense. Might as well stay in and see if we can take advantage of the special teams opportunity. Jacksonville in press here. Richardson has a man. That's some tight coverage there for Jerry Jeudy. But it looks like Richardson's making an effort towards getting him involved early on in this game. Jerry Jeudy, I think, was our 4th leading receiver, so got to work on that connection a little bit, but that's been the connection that's been working out so far. Njoku leading all tight ends in receiving yards heading into week 4, and gets another nice play there. 1st and goal again here. Njoku in motion. This is probably going to be a run. We like to run out of this motion. A little bit predictable there. That'll be probably another thing that gets removed. I don't know if a tight end going in motion presents a super big threat for the defense, and we want to make sure that when we are going in motion, that it's a purposeful motion. Richardson has all day to throw, and he finds Tutu Atwell in the end zone for the Cleveland touchdown. A hot start on both sides of the ball here. I guess maybe not a super hot start for the defense. They have a lot of 44-yard touchdown, but the offense on fire here at the very least. Jacksonville inside the 30 once more, so they're doing a good job. They've been in Cleveland territory all 3 possessions so far. A touchdown and a forced punt. Nice play on the edge by Myles Garrett to keep contained there. He is off to a very hot start here this year. He's motivated. I don't know why he only has superstars. Does our defensive coordinator not allow for X factors? I might have to take a look at that at some point here soon. Ben Folds in the flats. Instantly gets the tackle. So we've got 3rd and 10 upcoming for Jacksonville. From the 28. Darnold. Good protection. Popped up in the air. And it does eventually go to the ground. Thought the lineman for the Jaguars was going to catch that one. But this one will be a forced field goal attempt here. A solid stop once more. We're allowing these drives. We're not forcing the 3 and outs that we've seen this defense force in the past, you know, like we did in week 1. But other than that one explosive touchdown, it's been a little bend not breaky. We're now in the second half here. 14-10 was the halftime score. And Jacksonville got the ball first. They're driving a bit here on the opening possession of the 3rd quarter. Give to Travis Etienne. Gets them 6 yards here and puts them inside the 40. Ingram, the man in motion for Jacksonville. Darnold over the middle, broken up. Nice hit there by Ben Folds on Thomas to force the incompletion. Third down. Darnold to pass, throws an interception right over the middle. That's JOK. The return gets him to the 45, but Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah has been so good for us. Already got the dev up to superstar last year, had a chance at X Factor, didn't quite get it, barely missed it. But just how good has this guy been for us? Excellent to have a playmaking linebacker that we can count on. Interception right back. Donnie Richardson throws it. Another linebacker interception as well. Devin Lloyd with the pick. And so it ends up being no harm, no foul for Jacksonville. Jacksonville now knocking on the door towards taking the lead here. 11-yard line for Sam Darnold. Evading and finding Christian Kirk for 7. Down to the 4-yard line. Can this Browns defense hold? I've been pretty impressed with what I've seen by this team inside the 5 defensively so far in this series. And there we go again. Mike Hall able to get some penetration in the backfield. I know he also has a sack so far in this game, so been an impressive Mike Hall performance. 3rd and 5 now. Jacksonville can get a first down at the 1. But they're thinking touchdown, but it's broken up. Denzel Ward did just enough to force it free of Brian Thomas Jr.'s hands, and the Jaguars will settle for 3. Cleveland will retain their lead, although it has been now trimmed down to 1. A 27-yard catch by David Njoku puts us in the best spot we've been yet this half. RPO action. We find Jerry Jeudy. 6 yards there. A little bit too much off coverage by Jacksonville, and we take advantage of it. From the 24. The give to McFerrin. We love this outside run. It's worked well for us often here in the series, but there only we get a single yard. 3rd and 3 now. Towards Njoku. He is going to get forward progress for the first. I was wondering if they'd give it to him. Was hoping they would. And they do. He continues to be such a big threat. This was kind of the season I was hoping for last year. But he's been awesome for us. And right on cue. Up the seam for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku is a superstar here. Finally getting some good quarterback play to be able to showcase it. What a connection these two have. Interception by Denzel Ward here for 48 yards. Does that mean he came all the way down to... I'm not sure exactly what this means. So we're going to hop in here, watch this possession. I don't know where we have the ball, and we do have it all the way down in the red zone already. Ward, big time play here late in this game. So 1st and 10 and no gain there on the run. Jacksonville has done a good job stifling McFerrin for the most part in this game. I mean, if you're looking at the yards there that just went by, this has been a very close game. Cleveland has a chance to take a 2-possession lead here, though, even with a field goal. So one thing we do not want here is a turnover. If we can at least come out with 3, we need to do that. And Donald Richardson fumbles the ball. Are you kidding me? This dude needs to learn 88 speed ain't cutting it to run away from these athletic edge rushers in the league. Under 8 minutes remaining here in the game. Jacksonville going for the tie. They have it at the 33. underneath. Gain of 9 here. Parker Washington on the reception. Defense has played well. Only 13 points so far for Jacksonville in this game. ETN picks up a first down. We've held them to 3 yards to carry. So we've been good there. Sam Darnold back to pass. Going towards the out route. Greg Newsome. Right there after the catch, but still a pickup of 5 for Jacksonville. Now Darnold alone here in the backfield. Quick win there by Myles Garrett, but it doesn't matter because Sam Darnold was able to get the quick out to Evan Ingram to make it 1st and goal. 7 yards to the end zone here. Darnold hands it off to Travis Etienne, and the hole was massive. An excellent run design. And just like that, the Jags are a 2-point conversion towards tying this game up. The Donnie Richardson fumble leads to a Jacksonville touchdown. Can the defense hold on the 2-point conversion? Darnold. No good. Greg Newsome got his hands inside there to force the incompletion. His play has been excellent so far this year. Richardson. Overall good today, but again, 2 turnovers. Need him to avoid the turnovers this time around. One more good drive, and this game could be over. Is that what we get? Heavy package for the Browns here to start this drive. The give to McFerrin. The blocking is good, and we get 8 yards. One of his best runs of the day. Both run games haven't had a ton of success, and you can see just looking at that Jacksonville defensive line why. Richardson towards the flat. That'll be short of the line to gain there. But a 3rd and very short upcoming for Cleveland. Love to just see this handed off to McFerrin. We do get the run, and he gets just enough. Almost looked like for a second he would have been stopped up behind, but falls forward just for enough. Richardson. Underneath. Again, this time for Njoku. Don't mind the quick game in this spot as long as we're careful with the ball. It's a very reliable way to keep the clock churning. Play action. A man's coming right to the quarterback, and it's going to be a big-time sack. Risky play call by the Browns, and they will not have it pay off for them. I mean, Devin Lloyd just had a straight line, was not touched. I'm looking like just downfield. You can't have a perfect angle, but it did look like Njoku was open. But Donnie Richardson just didn't have any chance. So now we're in a 3rd and long. As we head towards the 2-minute warning, we should let it get to the 2-minute warning, and we do. But a very high difficulty 3rd down. This might be coming down to the defense. Big package here. Looks like we'll just be running this ball, and we will. Trying to get any yardage, and we don't get any. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. 4th and 16. It's going to come down to the defense. That is our stronger unit at this point here in the franchise. For the most part, they've played well today. I'd feel very confident if they needed a touchdown to win this one, but all they need is the field goal. There you see Sam Darnold today as an interception alongside those stats. But we got to keep them out of field goal range. Jags with 2 timeouts. They'll go underneath to Thomas to start the drive off. Solid pickup of 6. Plenty of time, so don't have to worry too much about that at this juncture. But a lot of time off the clock here between first and second down. Darnold, he's flushed out and he's going to be taken down by Odafe. Jags will take their first of 2 timeouts. Really a coverage sack there. Darnold had nowhere to go, tried to extend the play, but Odafe just too athletic to try to get around him. Darnold again has all day. This one thrown away, 4th and 17. It comes down to this. Can the defense hold? I'm seeing Ben Folds out there on the perimeter. That's probably be the way I'd go if I was Jacksonville. And they are going that way. And it's broken up. It's Denzel Ward, though. And the superstar corner effectively ends this game. They go towards their best receiver. But our best DB was just a little bit better in that scenario. And we're a couple kneel downs away from starting this season 4-0. Not a pretty victory by any means. But not every victory needs to be perfectly executed on both sides. You're not going to get that in the NFL. One final play here, and it should be all she wrote between Cleveland and Jacksonville here. 21-19 is your final. Tough, gritty game. Defense did its job. Offense played okay, but the lack of a run game really hurt them today, as we do depend quite heavily on the run game, I feel like, right now, which I don't mind at all. But this is kind of the first time that McFerrin got, for the most part, stifled. And it did hurt our consistency, but we got 3 touchdowns on the board, which was enough to win this game. 4-0, Cleveland Browns coming off holding the #1 overall pick. Even though the offense makes mistakes, it's very clear that the ceiling is a lot higher on the offense, and that's helping. We're more consistently able to string together drives. So even though we're turning the ball over, previously we'd just be going 3 and out a bunch. Nobody other than Njoku had more than 3 catches today. Matt Driver with his quietest performance of his career, just 1 for 11. Sacks-wise, we had 1 for Devin Lloyd, 1 for Josh Hines-Allen, 1 for Owe, and 1 for Mike Hall Jr. Interceptions for Ward, JOK, and Lloyd. Forced fumbles for Newsome and Josh Hines-Allen. We've got 4-0 versus 4-0 here in Week 5. One of the biggest matchups in the entire league this season. And I'm excited for this one. Both teams with some young quarterbacks that are helping them have really successful seasons so far. And this should be a really fun game. 9:40 and change remaining in the first quarter. We've got the first scoring drive underway, or potential scoring drive at least. Kenny Gainwell's 3rd rush of the day will be stopped up at the line of scrimmage. Browns going 3 tight ends here, all on the left side. Quick rush win on the interior, but Donnie Richardson sees it and takes it into the end zone on the scramble. Donald Richardson showing off his legs. I mean, what looked to be a surefire sack turned into a touchdown And that's why so much of the league is looking for a quarterback that can create with his legs. I know there's been a lot of me complaining that he drifts out of the pocket too much into sacks. But that's the reason he does it, is he can turn some plays into plays like that. Starting now the second quarter, the Browns are within striking distance once again. Handoff to McFerrin. No gain there. And we do have a Brown injured on the play. It's the rookie tight end, McDougald. Shaken up a bit. So it's second down. 3 tight ends on the field. The Browns do love these 3 tight end formations. We get a nice run out of it there, although that's another 2nd and 10 run play, which I do not love. 3rd and 4. And Matt Driver able to hold on through the contact for the first down conversion. His second catch so far today. 21 yards in total. That one to Njoku. He breaks a tackle, but then takes a big ol' hit because of it. 2nd and 5. Quick throw again, right back to Njoku, and another solid gain. 1st and goal from the 9. These long 1st and goals are pretty rough to convert for the offense at times. We've got Njoku going in motion. We're going to have enough time before the play clock runs down. We do get the snap off at 1 second remaining. Nice block there by the rookie Stevenson to spring McFerrin for 6. Untouched to the end zone. And that's where you see the athleticism of Stevenson, able to pull a bit there, set the edge, and get McFerrin the clear lane. 3rd down reception from Matt Driver here. Puts us in scoring range after the 2-minute warning. Kenny Gainwell holds on through a massive hit for a measly 3-yard gain. I don't think he probably feels that was worth it. 2nd and 7 towards the corner. Excellent throw, hitting Njoku right on the money. This continues to be one of the most lethal connections in all of football right now. The Richardson to Njoku connection for Cleveland. 1st and goal at the 9. Down to 1:25 remaining in the first half. Can we take a 21-0 lead into halftime break? That would be a big-time statement by Cleveland that they are not messing around this season. Richardson has almost, it looked like that should have been a Frankie Louvu interception. I think we'll take the incompletion there. That was a very dangerous throw. 3rd and goal now. 43 seconds on the clock. Richardson. He's going to run for it, and he's going to get it. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the day. Putting on some dance moves. He's loving it, as is this Cleveland crowd. Could not imagine a more picture-perfect start to this game than what the Cleveland Browns have been able to do. Dominance defensively, and the offense taking advantage of their opportunities. Starting the second half, I got to see what this defense has been doing so far to this Commanders offense. Been suffocating, and Denzel Ward lays a big ol' hit on Terry McLaurin after a gain of 6 to start the second half. I mean, the Commanders, they added Mark Andrews here in the offense to give Jaden Daniels another weapon. This is also the team that we did trade up for to select Matt Driver. Cedric Tillman is part of this team. He has a couple of receptions today. This one is going to be hauled in, and a little bit of extra yardage after the fact as well. Good concentration there through the contacts. And Commanders are past midfield for just the second time in this ball game. Going deep, but Martin Emerson was there in coverage. All over Terry McLaurin. 3rd and 3. From empty. Jaden Daniels. He's trying to rush. He will get the edge on Myles Garrett, and he's got the first down. Not many quarterbacks can get the edge on Myles Garrett, who has 2 sacks in this game. Jaden Daniels is one of them, a truly special runner. Play action. Got some good pass rush there, forcing the check down for a gain of 3. Back to pass once more. Jaden Daniels has a man over the middle. It'll put them in another 3rd and short opportunity here. Washington definitely in their best chance to put some points on the board so far. And that's going to be first down yardage on the ground to DeMarcado. Washington has definitely one of the worst running back rotations. They've been using DeMarcado and Kyle Juszczyk on the ground so far in this game. No disrespect to Kyle Juszczyk. He's a great fullback, but I don't know if I'd want to have him as my 3rd down running back personally. 2nd and 1. Daniels evading again, but he tried to set his feet for the throw, and that gave Tomlinson enough time to come in and take him down. Third down. Daniels back to pass again. They've been doing nothing but pass here on this drive, and they've got it 1st and goal at the 5. McLaurin able to beat Denzel Ward on the play. The coverage was good, but the throw was perfect, and McLaurin was able to hold on. We might be bad luck charm for this defense. First drive, I just wanted to see Jaden Daniels play a little bit, and now Washington down to the 1. Daniels, the give, straight ahead, and that's an easy touchdown for the Commanders. On the board for the first time, 21-0 at the half. Able to take their opening possession of the second half and turn it into a touchdown. Some explosive plays in the pass game put us right into the action here inside the 25. Screen for McFerrin. Outrunning the blocking there, but that's because he had the angle for the touchdown. Ernie McFerrin takes the screen for 6 from the 24-yard line. Turns out it wasn't that we were the bad luck charm, as the very next drive, Washington is right back in scoring range. Daniels, perfect protection, has a man for an explosive catch and run play. That's Luke McCaffrey, all the way down to the 7-yard line. All of a sudden, the Washington offense is showing why they're undefeated. Didn't enter the chat until the second half, but now that they've entered, they've been really good. But that's going to be an interception. On the RPO, Quandre Diggs. Signed to be a mentor. Wasn't expected to really play all that much, and he plays a very limited role, but shows up big time inside the 10 here. Jumping in front of Devin Duvernay for the interception. The Commanders get nothing out of that drive, and down 21 points as we started the fourth. They really needed to come away with points there. A 28-yard reception by Kyle Juszczyk. I guess his revenge for calling him out earlier. puts the Commanders right back in an excellent spot, pretty much exactly where we last left off prior to the interception. Second and goal. The give inside to DeMarcado again. I mean, there was no push from the Browns interior there at all. That was Mike Hall. That was Daniel Gibson on the inside, I think, on that play. And then once again, even with Tomlinson coming back in, that Commanders interior line just pushed us around there on those last two plays. And it results in a Commanders touchdown. Second rushing touchdown of the game for DeMarcado. We're down. Under 5 minutes remaining. Washington needs to come up with something. After not seeing them play offense at all in the first half, it seems like that's been mostly what we've been watching for the entire second half here. They really have one more chance to make this a ball game. Excellent play by Hooker. Daniels has time, has a man. What a pitch and catch down the sideline to Devin Duvernay. Grant Delpit, I think, the nearest Brown in coverage there based off the post-play cutscene at least. Into Cleveland territory. Daniels. Incomplete. Over the middle. Ben Folds in coverage. Second down from the 43. Daniels back to pass again. And incomplete and picked off the deflection by Denzel Ward. What a crazy play. You got to see this one again. I think that one went off of his foot, off of his knee, into the air, and Denzel Ward leaping for the interception. Oh my goodness. The Browns would finish off the game here, getting the couple first downs they needed. And they just keep on winning. 5-0 was not in my hopes even for this second season. I was hoping we'd be a playoff caliber team because I want to keep Myles Garrett. And at 5-0, I think we could pretty much probably re-sign him now. To go from 5-0 to missing the playoffs would be a massive blunder. We'll wait a little bit longer to ensure it, but just a totally unpredictable but awesome start to the game. We picked off Jaden Daniels twice. He had no touchdown passes. They used the ground game to get all their touchdowns today. 17 of 23 for 225, a touchdown. No picks for Donnie Richardson today. Ernie McFerrin was good on the ground once more, 19 for 90. Donnie Richardson added 2 touchdowns on the ground, so 3 touchdowns, no turnovers today. Richardson showed up in prime time for sure. No Browns receivers over 4 catches. Former Browns Cedric Tillman 4 for 46. Probably the quietest day of the year for Njoku so far. Two sacks on the day for Garrett. Half for Diggs and Tomlinson as well. Interceptions for Denzel Ward and Quandre Diggs. Couple deflections for Martin Emerson Jr. 5-0. Your 2025 Cleveland Browns, or 2020. We're going to end off the episode here as we have a really big matchup against the Ravens coming up. We have a running back breakout, as well as some other things that I may or may not be looking at, but we also got all of our rookies' development traits revealed after this most recent game. Matt Driver. Already saw it earlier, but he is superstar. Richardson and McFerrin both with star development as well as Stevenson. I was hoping for a superstar with Stevenson just because he's so good. So that's a little disappointing, but I think we got really lucky with Linton last year. So I guess that makes up for it a bit. And we didn't have any hidden developments on the defensive side of the ball. So no surprises there. Let's go ahead and do our standard end of episode upgrades here. 5-0 at the end of the second episode of the season. I am thoroughly surprised and impressed with this team. I feel like the defense has played very well, and the offense, there's been some hiccups, but you expect that from such a young offense here. But the highs are so much higher than we got last year when we were led by Sean Snell, and Tutu Atwell was, the second best receiver on the team. We look so much better after just one draft. Got very aggressive in that draft, but starting to see why that's may have ended up just being the right decision, as Matt Driver's been a big help for Donnie Richardson as a rookie. Let's go ahead and take a look. Is anyone else still, at the top of the list for their respective positions? We still have Ernie McFerrin, still the #1 rushing leader in the league. Myles Garrett, second in sacks. Aiden Hutchinson having going on a bit of a tear the last few weeks. And then Greg Newsome tied for the NFL lead in interceptions. Didn't get any, I think, this episode. So, a little unfortunate. But it's just a 2-game sample size, so not a big deal at all. But been a very fun season so far. How long will we keep the winning streak up? We got both the Ravens and the Steelers upcoming. 2 tough divisional opponents. Tough to always beat them. That will finish off this episode of our Cleveland Browns franchise. We'll be back soon with more, including some divisional games. And I'll see you then. Go Browns.